Hiya Meddlers, and welcome to episode 8 of me making a game in Blender. Now I've made a few changes since the last tutorial. I wonder if you notice the differences. I'm just going to do the couple of runs to see if you've got a sharp eye or not. Okay, so we pick up the gun. And look, there's a platform. Look at that. And you use the platform. Now what do you use that for? Hitting the button. Because now the computer player can get across without falling in the pit. Wonderful. And that is going to be today's tutorial for you. I'm going to show you how to do this in Logic Bricks. Now the second rerun, keep your eyes peeled here and see if you notice a change. We'll go, let's get the button, let's get the gun, and we're going to fire some bullets. Yes, get that out of the way. And we've got to jump now. Quick. Oh look, the platform's over here this time, and we've got to get at the button before the player falls through into the pit. If he falls, we die. Oh look, we've got him safely to the end of the level. And that is what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you how to build all of this, so let's get started. Right, we're going to add some randomness to this level today. There's going to be a lot of confusion to the player when they play it. There can be random platforms appearing all over the place. Okay, so to do that we're going to add some platforms. We're going to have 3 platforms that's going to randomly appear. So we're going to duplicate this one here, place it in its place, and we're going to rotate this 90 degrees, put it about there, on the Z axis, 90 degrees, bang, wallop, there you have it. To keep it in about that position, central the button, that'll do. Okay, what we're going to do now is duplicate this one, duplicate objects, hit enter, keep it in place. Going to make it, shrink this one down, and we're going to shrink this to about 4, I'd say. Yes, then we're going to move it up here. Okay, we're going to save this now and see if this actually works. You make sure you can jump across that platform to the other one. So 2 newly created platforms, you should be able to jump straight across them without any trouble at all. If you find it too troublesome, then we're not going to have that. Yeah, and yeah, it's really difficult, but that makes it so that'll do. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to join these 2 platforms to make it one whole entity. So we're going to shift and right mouse click on both of them, that'll do. And then we're just going to do object, and we're going to go to join. So it's one whole entity. So we're going to make 2 others of these because we're going to have randomly appear in 2 other places. So we're going to duplicate that one, hit enter. The other one's going to appear just before the pit here, and we're going to duplicate one more, and we're going to place this one just to the left of this barrier, to the right of this barrier, sorry. So that's where they're going to randomly appear. So now we've got that, we're going to add in the spawners that are going to bring these. We're going to place all 3 of these into the second layer. That's what's going to happen. So we're going to put all them into this layer here. And what we're going to do is we're going to create these empties, these spawners are going to bring one of these 3 platforms into this layer. So what we're going to do is add the spawners now. So the thing we're going to do with one of these selected, we're just going to do shift and S, and we're going to do cursor to selected, and we're going to add a empty. So empty, we're going to add a sphere. That's it. That's in there, and we do it with all the rest of them. So do that. Add sphere. Empty, sorry, sphere, and this one. That's it. Add empty. Come on, where are ya? This is so weird sometimes. That's it. We've done that, and then we can add a button. So we're just going to add a mesh. We're just going to go add mesh. The button is so when the player jumps over the platform. The idea of this tutorial today is to actually shut the pit if it's been opened. So the computer player. This computer player can travel straight across this pit here without falling into it. So these buttons will close the pit. So we're just going to duplicate these. So we're just going to actually before we do that, we're just going to change the colour of this one, so we haven't got to do it with each one of them. So we go to material editor, add a new material. We're going to change the colour to green. That'll do. Yeah, we duplicate that. Before we do that, we're going to name this. What should I name this? Platform 1 button. And we're just going to make the others 2 and 3. So we duplicate this one. Where's the duplicate gone? I can't find. Going blind. Move that straight across there like that, and just call that 2. That's it. And then we do the same and call the other one 3. Straight in there like that. No messing about. Now all we've got to do now is we just got. Now we want to put an empty where these buttons are going to be, so we're going to spawn the button in as well as this platform. So what we're going to do is just do button selected, do Shift and S, cursor to selected, add, we're going to add empty, and then we're going to add the sphere. We're going to do this with all these buttons, same method, add, and we're going to add the empty sphere, and the final one, do it again, add empty and a sphere. Okay, now we've got all that sorted out, we can highlight all these buttons here, they're all highlighted, highlight all the platforms, and now I can move all of them together into a layer, to layer 2, this one here. That's it, done and dusted. They all disappeared, leaving the traces of, this is the exact positions where these empties are, positions where the platforms and the buttons are. So we're going to transform, we're going to bring in everything from this layer here, all these platforms and buttons, to layer 1. That'll be fantastic. That's what we're going to need. So that's going to happen when we hit this pickup here. So we're saying if the pit is open, then send a message to this pickup that is going to have to create a random event, a random generated number. Whatever the random generator number is going to spawn the platform either here, here, or here. So the game, every time the player plays this game, it might differ slightly, the platform. Make them panic, because they don't want them to be able to say, oh, this is too easy. They're going to have to use their brain a little bit. So that is the first thing we're doing today. Take a look at this trapdoor. When the trapdoor has been triggered, that means it disappears. I want to say that the pit is open. So I'm going to tell the gun pickup that the pit's been opened, and you'll see why soon. So I'll do a message, we're going to add that, and we're just going to add, what's this gun, to gun pickup, so it's just GUN, it's just, it shows up there, good, and we're just going to put pit open. Okay, we put that, attach that to the message. It says end, because what's going to happen is when you hit, if you hit that pickup, it's going to send a message to the trapdoor to end. So if it receives a message end, the trapdoor is going to close, leaving the pit open. So then we're going to send a message pit open for the gun pickup. So this is going to be the penultimate thing, the gun pickup. This is what's going to spawn the platform in one of these 3 areas here, along with one of these buttons. So we need that to shut the trapdoor, so the player cube can go straight across it without any fuss and without dying. So fantastic. So now we're going to add the properties for the gun model. Now now this is empty. In the last tutorial I had a little bit of logic bricks in here, so you just pick up the gun and you can tell it to fire. Well, I'm going to have exactly the same logic bricks, but I'm going to put that in the gun pickup too, which I'll show you in a minute. So I'll change them around just to make it easier for myself. So I don't know the logic, it's just the way I've done it. I've had to do so many test files today, it's unbelievable to get this working. Okay, and then we'll just do random in there. That's it. Okay, don't worry about those properties at the moment. I just put a trapdoor called an integer and a random integer. Now I'm just going to add in the message. So when it's receiving the pit open, which I just showed you a minute ago, it needs to know it's open. So we're going to assign a property to say it's open. So we're going to, the trapdoor's open. So we're going to put in a property, and then we're just going to put the trapdoor as 1. Assign it as 1. That's the first method. Now we're going to add in the actual collision with the player. So when the player picks the gun pickup, add the and in there. It's going to generate a random number. But first of all, we've got to put the property in of what we just set, assigned. So we're going to put if the trapdoor equals 1. So that means if it's open, the trapdoor's been opened, and the player actually collides with the pickup as well, the gun pickup, then we're going to generate a random number. We're going to generate a random number between 1 and 3, so it could be 1, 2 or 3, and we're doing that because we're having 3 platforms. One of them 3 platforms could appear. So put minimum as 1 and put that up to 3. And the property, we're going to put the property in random, so it's going to place a number in random. So what we're going to say then, so if number 1 is generated, do this, and we're going to do number 2 and 3 as well. So we do the property here, so we put the property equals to random. We put if it's 1, then we're going to send a message. We're going to send 2 messages. Random 1 shows up. It's going to make platform 1 show up and the button 1 show up. But before we do that, I haven't named any of these items. So we're going to do that first. So we're going to have this one. Let's go back to layer 2. We're going to call this platform 1 to 3. platform 1. So I just copy that, paste that as platform 2, I have this one as platform 3. That's it. And then we're going to have platform 1 button here. Yeah, that's already named, and we've done that, haven't we? Platform, whoops, that should be 2 buttons actually. Rename that, I named that wrong slightly. That's it, nearly got confused, right. Okay, that's how I'm naming them, right. So that, as they're all named, go back to the beginning, go back to the gun, or layer 1 I should say, go back to layer 1 and we'll go to the gun and we'll have a look at this. Where am I? Okay, fair enough, right, okay. Let's go and, so we add that in there. So equals to 1, we send messages to 2 spawn things. We've got to name these spawners. We named the platforms and the buttons, now we've got to call this one something and this one something. So we're going to call this one spawn platform 1, put that in here, spawn platform 1, and we're going to have 2 and 3 across the way, so we just copy and paste that in, put a 2 in there, and we put a 3 in this one. And in here we're going to have paste a spawn platform, and we're going to put spawn platform 1 button in there, because this is the button 1 attached to this platform, so that's why I'm calling it. That's a bit long-winded, but that's how we're going to have it, I'm afraid. Makes sense to me. I like to be really descriptive on my labels. I used to have them really shorthand, but then I used to think, what the hell is that? It might help the code, I don't know, but I just couldn't understand what half of them were and I got lost. So that was never a good thing to get lost in when you're doing this. Keep it simple as possible. Right, so go back to the gun, pick up, and then we can add the messages, because everything's in place now, so we can do this to the spawner. Because what we were saying here is, now if number 1 is generated, we're going to spawn platform 1. So we're going to send a message to the spawner. So we're going to spawn platform 1, and we're going to have spawn button 1. Spawn platform 1 button. And we're going to copy the message that's being sent to spawn platform 1. I'm going to keep it the same as that, as what it's, because there's no point calling it something else. We don't need millions of different labels. So we just copy each one like that. And then we're going to still the same for 2 and 3. So we're just going to add a property. If it equals to random, but this time random to numbers generated is 2, then it's going to show up platform 2 instead. So we're going to have to send a message out to show platform 2 and the button 2. So we just do message. So we tell the spawner to spawn it in place. So spawn platform 2. Copy that and paste that in there. Spawn the platform button 2 in this one. Send it to the spawner. So it'll spawn that button. And then we just add these to this one here, like that. And then we do the same with the third one. So we go to a property, yeah, we add the random, add it to the random, it checks the random. If 3 has been generated, then we're going to add in, it's going to show the third platform in that position. So we just do a message, and we're going to do a message. Whack them in there, like that, and whack that one in there, like that. Then we're going to spawn platform 3, copy and paste that. Then we're going to spawn platform 3 button. That's it. And that's done. So now we've got to send the messages to these now. So if it receives the message, what we just sent out, so if it receives a spawn platform, let's just do spawn platform 1. And it's going to add that object. So what we do is then we just do the add object, and we'll just put platform 1. So what we're doing here, when it receives the message, it's going to go to layer 2, and it's going to get this platform and place it, bring it into this layer here. So we'll see it appear right here. That's what's hopefully is going to happen. So we're going to do that at the other spawners here. So we're just going to have add message. This time it's going to, when it receives spawn platform 2, it's going to add the platform 2. So we just do the add, and we're just going to have platform 2, the actual object. It's going to spawn that in. And we do that with the third one as well, so we just do that. So we do message, and we do that, and platform 3, and put that in there, nice one. Edit, and platform 3. Okay. Now we just got to do it with the buttons. We've got to spawn the buttons in. So do the same thing. It receives the message, so we're going to go. Instead of doing that, we're going to copy and paste it. So we get the labels right. So we've done the labels up here. Let's do that. Copy that one. Then we'll go, and I'm losing the plot, losing the will to live. Okay. Zoom in. Right. That's it. So put that in there. Spawn platform button 1, or 1 button, I should say. And then we're going to add the object, and we're going to add the platform 1 button in there. Bring that from the second layer, and then we're just going to do the same but with 2 and 3. So we just do message, that in there, whack the 2 in there, add that, and then we're going to add the object. So we're just going to do platform button 2, whatever it is. That's it. Platform 2 button. Make sure you join these up because I always forget, and just do the third one as well in there like that. We add the and we add the object, and we just do platform 3 button. Okay. Now that should be okay. I say it should. And the thing you need to do is, once the pit's been opened, we're saying then to perform these options. We said, right, generate a number. So if it generates a 1, show platform 1. If it generates 2, show platform 2. If it generates a 3, show platform 3. Whatever one it decides on, we've got to end this object so the pickup looks like it's being picked up. So all we're doing is we're going to add another thing called end object, as we've done before in the past. We do end object. And there's 3 functions going on here, which is this one, random 1, random 2, random 3. See, 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to add the end object to one of those each of those functions. So there, and there. File save. Right, I'm going to play the game from this view. It's very difficult to play like this, but I want to see these platforms show up now. So I'm going to do game start. I'm going to jump over that. Open the platform up, and I'm going to see if so you hit this pickup, it should show a platform now, and it has. What's going on with that? Oh, for goodness sake. And I can't fire either at the moment, because you know what I haven't done. I haven't duplicated that platform, because I've deleted I've duplicated gun pickup 1, which was to say fire, allow fire. I should have put in a number 2, so all I'm going to do is duplicate that, put in number 2, so we're going to call it gun pickup 2. Let me have a heart attack then. I thought the thing failed. So we're just going to delete everything on here quickly like that, delete all these properties, delete those, delete all these, oops. And from the last tutorial, I'm just putting these stuff back in really. It should have been in gun pickup 1, but I'll put it in gun pickup 2 now. Going to add the collision, so the player's going to pick it up. Going to pick this up. So we're going to have material, the player material, add the and we're going to have a message is a spawner, allow fire, because we've seen this bit before, but let the person fire. So we're just going over old road here. So allow fire. Okay, add that in there. And the only thing, and yeah, end object. Okay, that should be fine. Right, let's try this out now. Ah, that's good. It's got sort of platform out now. I say only try it out, but at least everything's working. And then the player's going to fall in the pit, the computer, because we've got to hit the button to turn it on. Right, it's not going to be a problem moving this thing, is it? Okay, I'm going to stop recording and I'm just going to work out how to move these platforms across, because I don't want to spend like an hour of recording this just to work that out. So I'll be back in a second. Right, okay, I worked out what the problem was with this. All I had to do is select one of these thingy bobbies here, empties, what you want to call it, spawner, and on the Z-axis we have to actually rotate this to 90 degrees, so when it spawns in it'll be in that angle. So we hit enter there. We just do it with the rest of them, so hit that 90 and we'll hit that one and hit it 90. Now hopefully this will solve the problem a bit, and let's have a look. That's it, it's shown up now, excellent. So go across here and this should open the pit up now, so we go right across here and it hasn't opened the pit up. And I know I haven't set the buttons every how stupid am I? Okay, so what we do now is we go back to the layer 2 where the buttons are. We click on here. When I put it as an actor and go, so you've done a bash into it, because you bash into it, it's probably going to catapult your player off into space, literally, and you won't get it back. You just muck it up. So what we've got to do here is we're just going to send a message now to the trapdoor. So we've got to send a message to trapdoor 2. If I put trapdoor 2 in, no I haven't. So what we're going to do is put the second trapdoor in now, duplicate objects, hit enter. Sharing the trapdoor 2 showing the same material as 1, so we don't want that. Delete that, put a new material in, we make it a green, we make this transparent, transparency down here, put 0.500. Okay, that's set, and this name is trapdoor 2. I hate the naming like that. Okay, trapdoor 2, that's all nice. Trapdoor 2, we don't need all these, let's copy these properties over from trapdoor 1, we don't need them in there. Trapdoor 2. Okay, we're going to put this into the other layer, so we're selecting an object and we're going to move to layer, and we're going to move to layer 2. That's it, that's done. Now we're going to get the centre of this trapdoor, so we're going to do cursor to selected, we're going to do an add, and we're going to add empty, and we're going to add it to a sphere. That's it, nice one. Then we're going to call that one trapdoor spawner, that'll do. Or trapdoor spawn, that'll do. So when it receives the message, so what we're going to do is we're going to have that in there, do that, and what we're going to do is when we hit one of those buttons on the end of the platform that we created today, it's going to send a message saying trapdoor spawn, and that what this empty is going to do is we're going to bring in from the second layer the trapdoor. Going to put it back in its place. So what we have is we'll have so to do that we need to add, so we'll do that, add object, and then we're just going to have trapdoor 2. Okay, put that in there, trapdoor spawn. So we make sure that's copied over that property. So we go to the buttons now and we'll just select the button and we'll just send a message to the spawner thing. Did we name the spawner thing? I can't remember. Before we do anything, go to the spawner thing, and what's it called? Come on. Highlight, you stupid thing. That's it. Trapdoor spawn. Okay, yeah I did, that's good. So what we do is we just go in here, message, do trapdoor spawn, do and we do it to no, what am I doing? We've got to have a collision, haven't we? We've got to have the player, I've got to use my logic. Right. All we're going to have here is a collision with the player property, player material I should say. So then that's going to set, what am I doing? So that's going to set off the button. So then we're going to send the message off to trapdoor spawn. Oh, for goodness sake, trapdoor spawn, and we're going to send the same message off to it. Right, there we go. So when we hit the button, we're sending the message to the trapdoor spawn, and the spawn's going to spawn this trapdoor to this first layer and pull it back, so instead of being purple it'll be green. That'd be wonderful if that happens. I'm dreaming, probably won't happen. And again we just add the same for the other two buttons, exactly the same thing. So player material, yeah, we know the score, bang and bang, like that in there, and then we add the object, and we're going to add, although I'm losing the plot again. No we don't, what am I doing? No wonder I'm losing the plot, I've got to put the message in, haven't I? And we just put that in there, same one.
For some reason it doesn't like it when you paste it in. You have to tap it in, type it in. Trapdoor spawn. Right, okay. And the third one. Well, I'll remember it this time. Let's have a look. Collision. Got a memory like a goldfish sometimes. That's the problem. Go and then we go that, and then we do message. Yeah, got message right, and then it's trapdoor spawn. Write that in. Make sure I've connected them all up nicely. Otherwise, if you don't, you're in a bit of trouble. Okay, they're all connected. They're all connected. Right. Now, as I've turned everything the right way round, these the right way round. They'll be the right way now. They're all 90 degrees. These buttons should work when they spawn. They should shut the pit. Now let's have a go. I'll try it from this angle. I'll do it from an easy angle, as you can see everything in the playing field first. Right, come on, let's hope, better hope and pray this works one day, someday. What's the word? I don't know. Come on. Better hope and pray. Yes, look at that skill. And you go straight across. And we didn't fire the button. He's going to die. Whoa, I didn't get there in time, but that works well. That's fantastic. I'm really happy with that. And that is what we've achieved today, people. That's pretty good, I think. That is really professional. I'll say so. I would say that, wouldn't I? But the other thing we can do is we can actually, when we pick up this, we can actually we better end these objects, because if you get right to the end of the level, we haven't picked these pickups up, we can still pick them up on the way back, and we don't want that to happen. So all we're going to do on here is we're just going to put a message. So when it receives the message end, for each of these I'm going to do this to make it easy. We're just going to add the message end, so when it receives end, it's just going to end the object. So we're just going to do that, and we're just going to do end and put that in there. Do it with all the, well, I'm going to jump cut, and I'm just going to do it that one, and that one. But I'm going to show you. I'm just going to put in here. I'm just going to put in message. I'm going to put it end. No, I'm not. What am I doing? I'll put in collision again. Spawn. Yeah, okay. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to have it in here. We're just going to have end. I had to think before I opened my mouth. Then that's what I was doing. Sometimes I'm just racing ahead here, and that's not end object, is it? It's message. So I'll get there in a minute someday. So what I do is I'll just do that to pick up one. That's why you need to name everything properly, because I'm just getting confused, and I still name things properly. So do that end, and I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do that the other three pickups, and I'm going to do that pick up 2, 3, and 4. So there's no point me showing you of all of them, because it just takes up time. That's it. So I've just done that there. So when we see the message end, then we're just going to end this object. So, and we're calling that the end of the level. When we've picked up the firepower, that's when these should all disappear. So I've just done when that send out the message end to that one, and then I'm going to do it to that one, and that one. Okay. Right, now a little testy. Let's try and get these now. I'll leave the pickups behind. Right, so the pickups, 2 pickups left now. So when I hit this gun pickup, they should both disappear, because it's like near the end of the level. I see you can't pick them up anymore. That's what we want. Okay, now as this is all we've achieved today, and it's a hell of a lot for you guys to try and put in your head and try and get around. It ain't really. You guys know what you're doing, like me. I don't know enough, but there you go. So what we're going to do is view camera angle. I'm going to just play it from the way it's supposed to be played now, and I'm going to try and get all the pickups now. So I go, oops, let's have a go. We've got that one, and we've got that one, and yes, we've got that one. Now we're going to pick it up. Now where's it going to put the platform? It's put it right there for me. Oh shit, I've got to hit it. I nearly forgot to kill the barrier first. So much gameplay involved in this now, it's unbelievable. And let's hit that in case there's more to hit. And let's see, the platform's been put down, the trapdoor, so the computer player can get right across. Fantastic. Okay, I could tidy this up, just hide the buttons. I can just end the buttons when we hit them, so that needs to be there all the time. That's what we're going to have next, So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the second layer, and it's just a matter of terminating them really. So when it's done that, when it sent the message, we're just going to send end. That's all we need to put on that one. Do that there, and just put message, not end. Just do edit object, and we're just going to have end there as well. Oh come on, join up now. Why isn't it joining up? For goodness sake. and we're just going to have end there as well. Edit object, end it like a good one. Right, so now when we do the layer 1, all these changes we have to do, and the button would disappear. That's what we want it to happen. Remember, we only want the button disappearing, not the actual platform, because you have a bit. Oh no, we need to get the trapdoor open, don't we? Yeah, you don't want to make the whole platform disappear, because while you're standing on it, of course, you just plunge to your death. So we don't want that. Always put the platform somewhere else at the moment. Make me panic now. Always making it hard now. Got to get it. It's going to fall in the pit. Let's do it. Yes. Just got there in time. Look at that skill. What a way to leave the video on. That's fantastic. I'm going to add some multiplier points, because if they especially get to this button here, it's very hard for them to get to, because it made me panic. You're going to get a hell of a lot more points. We're going to do that in the next video. Thank you for watching, Meddlers, and I hope you found this video insightful. I'll see you later. Bye bye.